Belgium not beat us in like the World Cup or something like that?
Beat us to 3rd place, I think it was.
Yeah. A win's a win. They came 4th.
And also, De Bruyne, right? I don't know if it's just me, but I never really hear much of him for Belgium. Like, he's the best midfielder in the world, like, arguably.
Yeah, he is.
And it's like, does he need to be carrying his team a little bit more? Not that he needs to be, because there's good players.
No, he does need to be.
He needs to be turned up to play a bit more for Belgium.
Big game players, you've got to turn up in huge games. I don't want to hear any excuses about, well, especially from someone like De Bruyne. He can't give any excuses about his team. You're playing with top quality players. He's not playing with little kids. He's playing with Doku. They play together every week anyway. So it's not like he doesn't know his game. Like I said, Lukaku's a striker for De Bruyne. That should be amazing for him. He's got a striker that can run off the ball. He's got a striker that can drop deep. He's got a striker that's going to do everything that he wants him to do. So I don't want to hear any excuses from Kevin De Bruyne about poor performances, or from anyone watching De Bruyne saying, "Oh, it's because of this, it's because of that." No, he should be putting in man of the match performances every game. He's a captain as well, so he's got to show up today.
Yeah, I agree, because I've literally barely heard anything about De Bruyne for Belgium. Like never hear anything about it. So I would like to see him actually, put in a performance, because not that he doesn't put in performances, but put in like a match-winning performance.
Yeah, carry the team.
He's obviously got that ability, and in my opinion, he is, been one of the best midfielders we've seen. So it's like, let's show that for your country, and we'll see. I've not watched that much of Belgium, to be honest, so I can't commentate too much. I've just not heard much of him. Yeah.
A lot of people say it's a City effect. When players leave City, they just play terrible.
Yeah,
you never know.
Everyone says that like when players move, but go from City to play for the international teams, none of them
underperforms.
None of them turn up to the plate. Whereas like United players go on and do really well usually, and to me that shows what Pep's getting out of his squad.
There's a lot.
Is a lot, and
they are top players though. That's not what I'm trying to say.
And they are top players, but he's getting, he's getting a lot out of them, and it's a system. Whereas at United, obviously the system isn't complementing the players, and they go away and they do better. So
yeah, I think because his system is so it's rigid, it's like you have to follow it word for word, bar for bar. You can't change anything that you want to do. You have to follow Pep's system so much. When they do leave, it's like, okay, what do we do now? It's almost like, how do you play football?
But we'll see. We'll see on De Bruyne. We'll see what he can bring. I think. I think he's somebody to definitely watch out for.
Yeah.
Teams are already in the tunnels, which is exciting. Let's get some predictions, by the way, in the chat.
Okay. So what score predictions, or just match predictions in general?
Score predictions, match predictions. Someone just said they don't understand Belgium can't finish 3rd. Can they not? I kept being told.
How can they not finish 3rd if they're on 3 points?
I kept being told that we could get Belgium in the next round.
Honestly, I don't know how this new Euros format. Someone's got to put it in the chat.
Who would you rather England play in the next round? 54% said Belgium, 45% said Netherlands. I'm shocked at that, because I thought more people would say Netherlands. Yeah. Personally.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they can get 3rd though. I don't know.
I think they can get 3rd. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. I'm going to have a look at the group now. But go on, give us your score predictions then.
So first game, Ukraine, Belgium. Belgium have got to win this. They have to win this. Score prediction. I feel like Lukaku's got to get a goal this game. He's had 3 disallowed goals. One of them's offside. I feel like he's been a bit unlucky. From the games that I've seen anyway, he's been a bit unlucky. So I feel like Belgium are going to take this. It might be like the flick of the switch. I'm going to give Belgium a 2-0. 2-0 to Belgium. And then the other game, Slovakia, Romania. Slovakia, Romania. Oh, this one's gonna be difficult. Slovakia, they're the team that beat Belgium, innit?
Yeah, they beat them 1-0. I think their forward player, what's he called? Let me have a look. Scrans. Yeah, Scrans. That makes me hungry. Their forward player has scored 2 goals so far in the competition.
Yeah. I remember when we watched them play Ukraine, they were good for about 20 minutes and then they kind of switched off a little bit. If they can play it how I saw them play that game, they were playing good football for a bit. So if they can play that for the full game, I'm going to give them the win. So I think Slovakia could win.
But then Romania did do really well in their game against Ukraine. They beat them 3-0. Yeah. So I think that's a tough one to call, to be honest.
I'm not sure. Maybe a draw.
Get in the chat what you think. Steph Jones says 0-0 all over that.
For what, both games? Or what,
I think he means for the Slovakia-Romania game. Interesting, by the way, Zinchenko and Mudryk both don't start for Ukraine.
Is it?
In a super important game.
Is that for a particular reason or just a manager's choice?
Well, this is what I was trying to have a look at here. So let me get it up for a second. Here we go. So I was looking at the team and Mykolenko's come in. They're playing, a back five with Mykolenko as a left sort of wing back.
Yeah.
And they've basically just changed up the system a little bit. And you've got Zinchenko on the bench, and Mudryk, I think, is also on the bench as well. If I'm not mistaken.
That's supposed to be two of their star players.
Unless Mudryk is Mudryk injured? I'm trying to have a little look here. If anyone's got any. Yeah,
Zinchenko getting benched, club and country now. That's crazy.
Okay, so. Yeah, I'm having a look. Is Mudryk injured? Because I can't see him in the starting 11. And Zinchenko as well. That's an interesting one to me for Zinchenko, because I remember when people were trying to say he was better than Luke Shaw. And
what year was this?
Nah, not
I think it's just because they play for Arsenal doing well.
Oh, Mudryk is injured. He is injured. Okay. I wondered why I couldn't see him on the bench either.
I think... No, he's not. I was going to say Zinchenko might be injured, but I don't think he is.
I don't think he's injured. If he's on the bench, he can't be injured,
I don't think he's injured. Well, that's interesting.
Mudryk's injured, but I don't think Zinchenko is. Ger Murphy says, hope Belgium go out. They're almost as boring as England.
You think Belgium are more... No, absolutely no way. The game that I saw Belgium play, I think it was their last game, they were way more entertaining than England. England don't even make it to the final third. That's how boring they are.
But that's why I said I'd rather have the Netherlands if we did have to choose, because I think that'll actually be an entertaining game, whereas I think Belgium-England could be a bit of a stinker, honestly.
You think?
And it could be one of them. I'd see Belgium scraping through it. I could honestly see that. But also...
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought then. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say, yeah, also, Belgium can finish third. That chat before was not correct.
Okay,
Belgium can finish third because all of them are on 3 points. So.
Did you do like the what do you call it? Combined 11s.
Combined.
With Belgium. With England.
What, with England and Belgium? No, we can do that though if you want.
We'll do that.
We can definitely do that in the kick-off. We can do the combined 11s because that'd be very interesting.
We've got to be very honest.
We've got to be very honest. We've got so much to talk about in this watch-along, guys.
Yeah.
You better stay with us. Get your chats in, get your comments in, get your super chats in. Hit a like on the video. Any polls that you want, request them. I've already got one that I'm going to bring in. Which is, should Watkins be starting for England over Kane in the next game?
That's a good question.
Which, honestly, would have sounded absolutely wild a couple of weeks ago, but now it's a fair question that people are asking. And I'm literally one of the biggest Harry Kane fans going, by the way. I think he's the best striker in the world, but that's something that people are debating. We're going to talk a little bit about Manu for England as well. Going to talk Euro so far. France have been a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
You know, what teams we think have stood out. Also, you know, the next round, what our predictions are.
Yeah.
Gonna do a Belgium-England combined 11 because, you know... They've
both got good teams.
Yeah, they've both got good teams that are underperforming.
It's got to be based on, like, the performances for England, though. Like, we can't just go off the name. Because if it's just name, brand, then fair, England probably win. But if we're going off how they play for England, I feel like it could be there's a couple of players that will make it into the team, that's all I'm saying.
This is literally going to be do or die for these teams, especially in the game... Romania versus Slovakia, that's going to be... I think both them teams are going into that thinking, we can't concede. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be quite tight.
Oh, really?
But I might be wrong. Because once you concede, it's like it's an uphill battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the other team's just going to kind of shut up shop and try and hold on to that. Because that's a really important game for them in terms of qualifying out of this group.
I feel like both... It could actually go either way. It could either go, like you said in it, both teams could just like sit back and think, I'm not trying to concede a goal. Or they could both just throw it at each other and think, you know what, this is our last game. This could be our last game of the tournament, so we may as well just go for it and just try and win instead of just sitting back and hoping that we don't lose. So it could go either way.
It could. We've got both games here, ready to go. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I was just saying to Maud before, I remember the the Belgium centre-back from Leicester. He was a character, to say the least. Right, if you look at that, right, De Bruyne, Onana, Tielemans, Lukaku, Doku and Trossard.
Mental.
Like, you would be thinking... You'd be thinking that can do bits.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best like front sixes in the Euros.
Yeah,
easily.
It has to be.
Easily.
It has to be, and it's just, especially considering, you know, the impact Trossard had for Arsenal this season.
Yeah.
You know, what Doku's been doing for Manchester City. De Bruyne, one of the best midfielders we've ever seen.
I want to know what games is everyone watching, unless you're watching both of them. We're obviously watching both of them. I want to know what games is everyone
Yeah, which
watching?
one would you prefer to watch?
Yeah.
Out of these?
Was it yesterday, the France, was it the France, no, it wasn't France game yesterday, that was the day before, wasn't it?
No, France was yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday. I watched the France game and I was thinking, it got to...
Sukses adalah sebuah perjalanan. Apa yang mendorong gue sukses? Ambisi. Jangan pilih yang biasa.
Romano, eau de toilette.
Hufagrip BP bukan itu untuk anak.
Sekarang, Hufagrip BP juga ada yang untuk dewasa.
Hufagrip BP, kandungan zat aktifnya fokus redakan batuk pilek.
Hufagrip BP dewasa, fokus redakan batuk pilek.
Thank you, Bran Muffin, for your super chat. Interesting about Canada there. 2B says highest paid Euro coach, FA needs to be investigated. What the?
Is he?
Is Southgate actually the highest paid Euro coach?
Can't be true.
I'm gonna search
That is
it.
such a United thing to do. That is, I know it's United own it, FA, but why?
Can I just say, by the way, could you imagine if Ineos would have appointed Southgate as our next manager?
I feel like they dodged a budget. They're probably thinking, thank God, like we didn't rush into that signing.
Wow. Okay, so Gareth Southgate is the highest paid Euro coach. He earns 5.8 million euros per year, and Nagelsmann's just behind with 4.8 million euros. The fact that he's earning more than Nagelsmann, honestly, is actually mental.
Wait, 5.8 million euros a year. Let me do some calculations. 5.8.
That is crazy, especially when you've got Ralph Rangnick there with 1.5 million euros a year.
That's 111 grand a week.
You are joking.
That's more than like most footballers.
You are joking.
Oh,
me.
give me the job, I beg. How
are
is he getting
joking,
110 grand a week for doing this?
I am not joking.
For
Is
riding
that in
bikes?
euros?
I don't know. Was that in euros?
Yeah, it was in euros.
Yeah.
So what's 110?
It's about 100k still. Like it's still over 100k. I'm pretty sure. That's criminal. That's theft.
Okay,
That's
one
daylight
second.
robbery.
110 euros in pounds is 93 grand a week.
All right.
93 grand a week.
93 for what? Making everyone friends? Like making everyone like
93 grand a
den?
week. I'm not joking. I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for much. Do you know what? 2 grand a week. I'm there for you.
I'll do one. Give me one and I'll stand. I'll do everything that Southgate's doing for a grand a week. Honestly, 100%.
You'd be able to do a miles better job.
Everybody would.
I'm pricing myself at 2. I think I'm deserving.
If everybody says they'll take 1 grand, you can get 93 new coaches to coach the England team, and they'll 100% do a better job.
That is absolutely crazy. No wonder he stayed in the job. Ukraine and Belgium kicked off as well. Oh, Anthony Taylor, the referee.
There's a lot of Premier League players on that pitch as well.
Have you seen that other nations keep complaining about the English refs because they're the only refs that are taking so long?
They are being the worst refs in this tournament. I'm not surprised.
Andrew Lee says 2,000 a week with some add-ons.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
93k for good morale.
Listen, yeah.
But everyone gets on now. Oh, that's all right then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone gets on, but we're winning absolutely nothing.
I'll take an add-on, yeah. If we get out of the group stages, I'll take an extra grand. I'm good.
Good tackle there from Romania, by the way.
Yeah, edge of the box.
Really nice. I'm excited to see a little bit of Onana because I've not been too impressed. I'm not going to lie.
Have you not?
I thought he was decent last game. The first game that Belgium played him, I wasn't very impressed with him.
Yeah.
But that is Onana all over for me. Onana for Belgium, I think he's so hit and miss. When I watched him for Everton, I thought he was hit and miss as well. And he's being linked to some, big clubs. I think Arsenal were linked to him, United were linked to him, Bayern were linked to him for a little bit. And, he gets benched for Everton sometimes. So I just want to see
how well he does,
to be honest. Because sometimes I watch him, I think, you know what, yeah, you're a good player. And then sometimes I watch him, I'm like, really?
Have you seen that video where he's like, my name's Andre, mate?